outside the OWN network, there was a media frenzy again today. Cameras, reporters, and fans were all asking the same question about what Martell Holt's future was going to be. This scandal shook not just one reality star, but the entire entertainment media. There must have been a few days of calm after Martell's suspension, but that calm was only the calm of a great storm. News suddenly started circulating on social media that Martell's lawyer had submitted new evidence to the court. And that evidence included a voice note that could turn the entire case around. An uproar erupted on Twitter, with people suggesting that Martell might return, or at least clear his name. Martell, on the other hand, was sitting quietly in his house. The pictures of children on the wall stared at him constantly, as if reminding him of what he had lost and what he now had to save. His sister Shanice walks in and casually asks if he's checked social media. Martell said in a tired voice that he was fighting for truth, not fame. Shanice gently reminds her that she has made mistakes and that Melody has put up with a lot. Martell bowed his head. But for the first time, there was a feeling in his eyes that he probably never had before. Sense of guilt and a desire to make amends. Melody was sitting next to her mother. She was off the phone, as if not allowing the noise of the outside world to disturb her peace. She said in a tired tone that she is tired of fighting now. All she wants now is peace for her children. Her mother held her hand and said that God never leaves those who persevere alone. And Melody closed her eyes, as if trying to remind herself that this war would end one day. On the other hand, Tasha K once again created a stir in the media world by coming live. She said angrily and anxiously that she is not taking sides. She only shows the truth, whether it is for or against someone. People swarmed him in the chat, some praising him, others calling him a liar and biased. Tasha hints that she has some evidence too, and she'll bring it all out soon. Meanwhile, an anonymous insider reported that some people at the OWN network wanted to save Martell, and some scenes were edited out. The charge was too dangerous, and the matter was no longer limited to Martell. Meetings began to take place within the OWN network. Carlos King made it clear that he wanted to save both reputation and truth, no matter how difficult the decision. The court had allowed new evidence to be heard, and both sides appeared firm in the next hearing. It was not just a court case, but a media, morality, and identity war. Martell remained silent, and Melody trusted in God. Tasha was preparing for the next live while OWN sat with the weight of the future decision on her shoulders. Thousands of people were talking, arguing, getting emotional on social media. But at that moment of the night, the protagonists of the real story were silent. Sometimes the silences are deeper than the screams. The truth may still be shrouded in mystery, but one thing was clear: the story was far from over. The war was still to come. The night had passed, but peace was still as far away as a bird perched on a high branch of a tree. The city had woken up, but the lives of everyone involved in the case were once again in the grip of anxiety. The morning programs of media channels were no different. The question everywhere was the same: will Martell return, or is his journey completely over? On one such morning show, the host said, "It's not just gossip. It's becoming a big cultural movement." People are thinking, how powerful is the media and how weak is the truth? The lights were still dim in the OWN network building as the company's top executives gathered in a meeting room. Fatigue on the faces, but eyes ready for battle. "We have to make a decision quickly," Carlos King said, closing the file. "If this recording turns out to be real, we may lose not just a star, but an entire image." His voice was both anxious and angry. He knew that OWN would have to be careful if the court found the other side to be true, because one wrong step in front of the public could expose them. At that moment, Martell was watching the rays of light slowly enter the room from the window of his house. Papers were strewn in front of her legal documents, her children's school program cards, and a diary with just one line on the last page: "Everybody gets a second chance, but the first mistakes have to be acknowledged." He took a deep breath and closed his eyes and sat quietly for a few moments. Then there was a soft knock on the door of the room. There was Shanice, but this time she had a cell phone in her hand and a worried face. "Carson has posted a new video. Much has been said. You must see." Martell grabbed the mobile. But this time, there was no trembling in his hand, as if he no longer wanted to stand with fear. But with reality, new things emerged in Carson's video. He claimed that Tasha K saw some evidence on Martell's behalf, but did not make it public. Carson's voice was sarcastic. A media that claims to show the truth and hides the truth is not the media. It's a puppet. Sentence became a new flame of war on social media. People started commenting on Tasha's posts. Some people were saying that Carson was telling the truth, and some were saying that it was all being done for views. Melody felt the noise even in the Wednesday sun. She was sitting in the garden playing with her children, but there was a little tiredness and a little fear in her smile. She looked at the mobile and then paused and put it back, as if to distance herself from each new word. Her children's laughter was the medicine of her heart. But in the back of her mind, there was only one thought: I wish all this had never happened. I wish life could go on peacefully. Reached the Tasha K studio on the other side. His manager told him that he had to deliver a clear and strong message to save his image. He said with a slight smile, "After every storm, the land looks clearer." But there was anxiety in his eyes. Tasha decides to go live. Thousands of people connected when it went live. There was a moment of silence. Then Tasha said, "I'm nobody's shield, but I will not show the truth before time. There is a time for everything." The comments in the chat spread like fire. Someone was saying you are supporting Martell, and someone was saying we know you are selling the narrative. Meanwhile, an information was received from the court that in the next hearing, the voice notes and messages will be verified by the forensic lab. Martell's lawyer said the moment would be decisive. Melody's team said that they have no fear, because there is no reason to fear the truth. The media treated the news as a campaign of next week, the biggest day in court. That night was probably the longest for Martell. Lying in bed, he heard the voices of his children, as if they were reminding him that he was not only a man, but also a father, where he has to fight not only for himself, but also for his children. But what about the fight? Name of the truth, or just save honor? He didn't understand. He got up and went to the window. It was dark outside. The city was quiet, but inside it was very noisy. Silence never lasts long in this busy and restless environment of the OWN network. Between Tasha K's controversial coverage, Martell Holt's ever-changing story, and Melody's seemingly strong and contented life, the media had barely breathed a sigh of relief when a new storm surge engulfed social media. It was the moment people thought it might be over. But reality is always stronger than drama. And it was this fact that gave a new direction to the whole matter. This time, the story is not limited to Martell and Melody. Evidence began surfacing on social media that directly challenged Martell's narrative. Those videos, those voice notes, those messages that people thought would never come out, suddenly started spreading on every platform. Somewhere, a fan page released the clip. Somewhere, a blogger claimed to have more audio. And so the atmosphere heated up once again. It was estimated that this is not just a fight, but a reputation war. Melody's team remains silent, but sometimes silence is sharper than a sword. Meanwhile, Martell comes to a new live and says that there is a conspiracy against him. There was exhaustion, anger, and a strange fear in his tone. But this time, people were not like before. Now, people were asking questions, researching, scrutinizing every word. Martell repeatedly said on live that he stands by the truth. But then a new video clip surfaced that changed the entire story. In this clip, Martell was talking to someone and some sentences shocked everyone. Social media screamed, "The truth is coming out." Tasha K, on the other hand, was under intense pressure. He was accused of biased reporting, sympathizing with the wrong people. Tasha K initially kept quiet, but as the criticism grew, she posted a cryptic post. There are two sides to every story, but some people only show the side they like. This post went viral on social media. People wrote that maybe they are feeling guilty or some new revelation is about to come. It was a critical moment for the OWN network. Ratings were rising, but the demand for truth and the need for transparency were putting a strain on the media. trending on social media, Truth Matters, as well as Justice for Melody trending. Martell's supporters did not sit still either. He also came forward and said that this is all a media agenda and Martell is being made a villain unnecessarily. Meanwhile, another figure emerges. Meanwhile, a photo of Melody emerged, smiling with her children in a park. That image and its caption touched people's hearts. Peace is found within, not without. This was the moment when the people further divided into two parts. Some were saying that Melody had won, some were saying that the battle was still on. And then suddenly, a new character appears. A media leak. A channel that claims it has concrete legal material against Martell and is about to release it. This statement once again made the entire social media into a frenzy. People start counting down. Weights grow, threads start forming, YouTubers announce new videos. This lake channel did not reveal anything yet, but the anticipation had become a volcano. People were growing curious. Martell's signs of restlessness were reflected in live. Melody was quiet and the silence spoke volumes. Subscribe to our channel because the next episode will reveal the leaks that rocked the internet.